here on time. I was here early.
Yes, you were. We appreciate
Sponsor.
your sponsor alert.
Fucking drop.
Oh. I got yelled at for not putting beer back in the fridge.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
He was really far away.
There's a revolver. Blood and honey.
Oh, he's like, please. Oh, that's Lauren's favorite beer too.
Aw, precious.
I've never had anything from Revolver.
You never had a blood and honey?
dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've never had one.
It's one of my favorites.
You need a what? Church key?
Church key.
I've got one here somewhere.
I got one on my knife. You need it?
Oh, Chingadera. I got one
Opener.
right here.
Chingadera.
Yeah, I got one. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised Lance has one. I mean, Lane has one on his keychain.
I didn't know those were called church keys.
Well, actually,
Chingadera.
the church key is the one that has the little hook and the tooth that comes off of it. Those are the ones. Those are the church keys.
The Sorority Brothers broadcast from here.
Who?
The
Mike
Sorority
and Cash
Brothers.
Soror.
Yeah, they do a Saturday show. They were raving about
The
it.
twins born on July 4th.
My Princess Leia look.
Right? We got it going on too. Oh yeah, Bree didn't know who Princess Leia was.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
R2D2. She said that trash can robot.
She lives in a simpler time, doesn't she?
Wow.
Yeah, she thought R2D2 was the trash can robot.
Let's not be talking about Lane's future
She
ex-wife.
doesn't know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars.
We all know what I get to was the first round draft pick from Washington.
Nick made the joke. He said, Nick looked over at me, we're laughing at her, and he said, beat me up, Vader. And she was like, beat me up who? She never heard the term beat me up Scotty ever in her life. Never heard that one time.
In the 79 NFL draft, R2D2 was the number one pick for the. No.
No. Like, when I drink beer, that's my preferred drink. I don't drink a lot.
Have you ever been to Oak Street?
Like 4 or 5 or
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Oak Street Draft House?
something. No, I've never been.
Yeah, see, we need to do an outing. We need an outing.
Y'all, we go to Armadillo Ale in Denton. The brewery's in Denton. Man, they make some really good beer. They make one that is, they put it out in very short supply, every once in a while. It's called Brunch Money. God, like that is, I love Blood Money, but Armadillo Ale is called Brunch Money.
You told us
Dude, it is.
you want to slap it on there?
Hey guys, we're getting ready to get started here in just a minute. Thanks for joining us. Giving you a little preview of the pre-show here.
There you go. Just lay it. You'll stick it on the. Olo. That's good until we start. Then you can do this. Just do the entire show like this.
Hey Ben Rogers, what do you think of this?
Benny boy.
Benny Sana. All right, it's 9. Markel says he's watching us right now. And Stacy's watching us literally from the other room.
Really?
Really, Stacy?
My wife can't come out here and watch this shit show in person.
And Lauren is watching us from the chair across the way over there.
Well, I mean, it does pick up our views. That's probably maybe the only 4 views that we have.
Probably anybody's going to watch. Where's Andrew?
No shit. Gerber will probably be here next week.
All right, you ready to go?
Take off.
Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Drunk Sports God dang it. Every week, dude.
Codcast?
God almighty. Welcome to episode 7 of the Drunk Sports Podcast.
Is that because you're wearing a codpiece?
God almighty.
Are you seriously wearing a codpiece?
Every week, man.
It's Dan Pastorini's show, number 7. Dan Pastorini, and you're wearing a codpiece on the air. Christ almighty.
I promise I won't wear it again.
Such fucking rookie bullshit.
So, hey, viewers and listeners, this is episode 7 of the Drunk Sports Podcast.
With a P, not a C.
With a P. We want to say hello to all the drunk dudes and dolls and all the Drunk Sports Podtards out there. I am IndyCar Timm, and I'm here with my favorite partner in the whole world,
Big Red, baby.
Mr. Big Red himself, Lance Dorsett. We have a studio audience tonight. I mean, thousands, consequently millions, are in the garage tonight.
Growing by the ones.
Growing by the ones. My beautiful wife, Lauren, is here.
And my baby brother, Lane.
And in the house is Stacy, and she refuses to come out and actually participate with us because she is hungover as fuck.
Wow. That was fun last night. She was on a whole new level.
I've seen her on that level before, and it is fun and exciting.
Well, just don't let her dad know about it because he still likes me for some reason.
Well, I wasn't there, so Mr. Stacy's dad don't ever think badly about me. I tried to stop her last time.
I just watched
and it did not go well.
I just watched.
So once again, welcome to this episode of the Drunk Sports Podcast. I'm IndyCar Timm alongside Big Red. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you want to communicate with us, we'd love to see the comments from you, questions, things like that. But please be nice because right now I can't take someone being mean to me.
Why?
So
hey, Myron Cross is on. Myron Cross lives down the street. Myron, come down here and have a beer with me.
Come on, Myron. Come down here and have a beer with us and make fun of us in person instead of just online. So we are dealing with a special situation in Studio 69 at Casa Not So Grande. We're being dive bombed by June bugs tonight.
Well, I mean,
Last time I checked, this is April. Why are June bugs in April? I don't know either, man. This is your house. You've got a freaking brother that's in pest control.
He's a pest guy. I mean, shit, ask him.
You've got a brother in pest control, and we're dealing with June bugs in April.
My ankles are getting eat up by shit right now. So.
Well, that's why, because you're wearing flip-flops and shorts.
Nobody has, you know what? They're not the infamous khaki shorts.
They're not the khaki.
They were the soon-to-be infamous gray shorts.
Well, we're going to break the khaki shorts out because we're going to retell all of that so that people can actually hear it about that night and how things went down forming this Drunk Sports Podcast.
When did we talk about that originally? We talked about that on...
that was episode 0.
Is that when they came out?
When the one where my mic wasn't working and everyone got to hear you but not me, thankfully.
Jesus. And I chased the dogs. Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yep, and you chased the dogs. So, yeah, we'll go over all that again. But lots of stuff to get to this week. We want to thank everybody for tuning in on Facebook. Thank everybody for downloading and listening. Please like and share this podcast. We are trying to grow into the tens of people that download this every week.
The tens. I think we're like in the couple of 10s to 20s, maybe 30.
Well, hey, we've been at this about a month, and I am proud to say we're strolling in on almost 1,000 unique downloads for all of our episodes combined. We're not taking calls live on the air, by the way.
Sorry. Text in.
So hey,
don't call me. Sorry.
This thing's
whoever that was. I'm sorry that we can't take live calls.
Yeah, we can't take live calls.
We will. Since we get our new board, we'll be able to do that.
Texts and calls.
Text and calls. We'll have our
live
own
on the air.
We'll have our own text runner. That'd be
cool. We got to have a sponsor for that. So whoever's calling Lance from the 6908 number, stop because it's annoying. So yeah, lots of fun stuff to get to this week. First of all, we were going to give shout outs to everybody here, both of them, which we've already done.
Thanks to Lauren for being here and supporting us. Thanks for Lane for being here and supporting us. Everybody we need to stop down for just a second. We need everybody to wish Lane good luck. Everybody say a prayer for Lane and his fantasy baseball team. I don't think it's going well for him. He was watching Braves and Indians earlier, and I'm concerned that it's not going well for him. So everybody say a quick prayer for his fantasy baseball team, and hopefully that will help him along. We were going to say hello to Veronica of many other episodes fame. However, she is not here yet. And so we will push her hellos and thank yous for nice things that she's done for us to next week. She's made us some awesome tumblers with our show logo on it, and we were going to promo that and talk about those for a little bit, show them to everybody. But she's not here yet, so we'll push that back to next week. But they're really cool. If you guys want custom tumblers, we're gonna post her information, her Facebook page, and her website on the feed.
I am not chasing this dog tonight. Not on episode 7. I did it on 0. I'm not doing it on 7.
He's already running away?
Hell yes.
Oh, Lane went out there. He probably
Lane's chasing him down. He's probably got
He probably out there.
He's probably got something he's going to shoot him with or something. So, hey, quick hits for this week. There's a lot going on in sports this week. I kind of made a new segment here called Quick Hits, things that I want to touch on, but I don't want to talk about in great detail. Coming up on the show, though, as far as things we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about some Russell Wilson's new contract and what that means for Dak and the Cowboys. Russell Wilson just got incredibly overpaid because apparently players can now make demands to their team.
It's scary, man. I mean,
it's out of hand, dude. This is out of hand now. We're going to touch on that a little bit. But what does that mean for the Cowboys? Because they're they're about to be in contract negotiations or extension negotiations with Dak. And, dude, Russell Wilson's contract is not Cowboys friendly.
Right.
It's going to get ugly. We're going to talk a little bit about the Stars taking that 3-2 series lead.
Home ice.
Wrapping it up into possibly Monday. We'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about Dallas Cowboys 2019. Their schedule was released this past week. We're going to talk about that and maybe some predictions for the Cowboys for this year. We're also going to, time permitting, we're going to stroll down some of the Cowboys. The draft is this week, of course, on Thursday, round 1. We'll talk a little bit about possibilities for them at pick 58, which is their first pick, because, of course, their first pick this year was Mr. Amari Cooper. And we know how that pick has worked out already for us. So we'll talk a little bit about that if we have time. So I've been watching baseball a long time, Lance. My whole life, really. My dream job as a child was to talk to my dream job as a child was to
Be right back.
do sports play-by-play. I wanted to do Rangers, specifically radio play-by-play. I never really wanted to do TV so much. I wanted to do more radio because I feel like that's more of a pure play-by-play situation. You know, you're more descriptive when you're on, doing play-by-play on TV. You're just sort of summing up the action that's going on because everyone's seeing it. But dude, when you do radio play-by-play, you are describing the action to people that cannot see the game. And that's what I always wanted to do from the time I was a small child, listening to Rangers on 1080. Of course, that did not work out well for me.
I think it's a fine art.
Dude, it's a fine. We were blessed here in DFW with the great Eric Nadell doing Rangers stuff. But I've been watching baseball for a long time, and I watch national games. And there's something I wanted to talk to tonight, just an article that I saw on The Athletic by Levi Weaver, because this is something apparently that I've taken for granted the entire time I've watched baseball. So you've heard at some point someone describe that the pitcher struck out the side. I hear it all the time.
Yep.
So, and of course, I'm thinking, okay, that's 3 strikeouts in that half inning. He's
Regardless of what happens, yep.
Every out of that half inning was by strikeout. Now, there might have been a walk, there might have been a couple of base hits, there might have been some runs scored during that half inning. But if a pitcher strikes out all 3, that's striking out the side. So that's what Levi Weaver also wrote as he was writing his article last week about some Rangers and A's. Someone commented in the comment section on The Athletic that said, well, that's a great article, but you're wrong because striking out the side means 3 strikeouts in a row with no base runners. And that's the first time Levi had ever heard that. It's a great article if you guys haven't looked it up on The Athletic. Really funny. Levi's a great writer. But I have never heard that in my life.
No,
There's any difference.
I'd always assumed that striking out the side was your 3 outs. The 3 outs in the inning were based on strikeouts. So
Yeah, and so Levi thought that too, just like we did. So he took a really cool angle on it, and he went and interviewed a bunch of the Rangers, the players, a bunch of the coaches, broadcasters, and it seems that this is a point of debate. Everyone's got a different view on what striking out the side means. Like he interviewed T.R. Sullivan, and it was really funny. He's the first one that Levi talked about in the article, where T.R. said, "Okay, well, what do you think it is?" And he said, "Well, it's striking out three batters, regardless of what happened in between.
Right.
That's striking out the side." And Levi said, or T.R. told him, "No, you're wrong. That's not what it means." And then so Levi made his case about why he thinks that, and then TR said, "Okay, well, you're right. That's fine," which just made Levi even more enraged because he said, "How can you dare go switching on me and now change your viewpoint? I need somebody like you to explain to me why it's like it is." But anyway, I don't want to get too bogged down in it. I don't want to get too bogged down in it, but he interviewed all the Rangers, broadcasters, coaches, and it seems that it's about a 50-50 split, that half of them think it's got to be in a row, and about half of everybody thinks it's random, whatever. 3 strikeouts, right, and that's striking out the side.
very cool.
So that's something for everybody to chew on because I'd never heard that before in my 48 years of watching baseball, and I had to bring it up. The Athletic does not pay us to say stuff like this, but dude, they're a great website, great writers from all different venues, from all different backgrounds. And it's a wealth of knowledge.
We got some homegrown guys on there too.
We got some great homegrown guys from the Fan. There's guys from the Ticket. There's guys from Dallas Morning News. There's guys that are just Rangers baseball writers, Cowboys. It's all over the place. But man, I had to bring that up because when I read that article, it bothered me. I'm like, how have I never heard of this before? But that's that. You guys chew on that for a little bit. Let us know what you think. Email us, tweet us. I'd like to know what everybody's opinion is. If it's actually 3 batters in a row.
Here you go, Clippy.
Lance is opening up a cold one. If it's 3 batters in a row, or is it just 3 strikeouts randomly through that half inning? So everybody let us know what you think. All right, we're going to get into the meat now. Lance, where'd my run sheet go?
Right there.
There we go.
But you did skip over the apologies and corrections.
Well, that's where I was going right now. We got to go to apologies and corrections. We always have apologies and corrections because it's who we are and what we do.
We will.
So,
we don't apologize to our wives enough, but we will apologize to you.
So if you listened to last week,
my
towards the end of the show, after we covered everything, we had a little jib jab back and forth. We were talking about the NFL draft, who's going number 1, what's going to happen to Rosen in Arizona, because obviously Coach Bro's done with him, but he won't say it out loud or even tell him about it. So we were trying to remember.
Well, hell no, that diminishes his trade value tremendously.
I get it, but it seems like they're going a step beyond that.
But he knows he's out. Rosen knows he's out.
Does he?
Yeah.
You would like to think that, but
I think he does. I mean, the other shoe will drop, and it will drop probably on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll know everything on Thursday. So we went back and forth with each other and kind of laughed it off because it was towards the end of the show after we had a few drinks, but we couldn't remember Kyler Murray's name. We looked at each other
Sorry,
like,
Mr. Murray.
Who's going number 1? And we looked at each other and we're both genuinely baffled because we didn't know what the hell we were saying or what the kid's name
I
was.
don't think we remember what we were saying.
Dude, I don't even remember recording that segment, actually, to be honest with you. So we apologize to Kyler Murray, hometown boy, for forgetting his name and that he's probably going number 1. We also wanted to apologize for the technical issues that we had because apparently we are a couple of drunken old men who don't know how to work Facebook Live and Facebook, and we actually got on the air 20 minutes late last week because I didn't know you had to download Chrome to run Facebook Live on my laptop. I thought it was just a glitch. So, yeah. So, hey, but we got Facebook Live tonight on time. We actually started about 5 minutes early so people could tune in and watch and get ready for the show. But so that's apologies and corrections.
Do a little tailgating pre-gaming with us.
Yeah, you know what? We'll probably start to do that. We'll come on 5-10 minutes early. You guys can kind of hear the pre-show and hear the conversation and the drinking and the debauchery that goes on before we actually hit record on the recorder here. So, as we mentioned, we've got some stuff to talk about. My new segment for the show, Quick Hits, stuff that I just wanted to mention but not really talk about necessarily. And of course, Lance is welcome to comment and disagree and throw in his 2 cents as he often does.
Oh,
but
I will comment.
we talked pretty extensively about the Rangers last week, and of course, they are rolling right now.
Hot.
Rangers just
They
finished.
tried to shit the bed today. They tried to shit the bed.
They tried to give that series win away back
My
to
little
Houston.
brother sat out here and watched that shit, and I walked out here, and Lane said they were trying to shit the bed. They had the bases loaded and 2 outs, and Leclerc was
Shit the ball.
trying to shit the bed. But he
Yeah.
pulled it out. That's good, man. It's good.
So they just finished a 3-game series with the Disastros. The Astros taking game 1 7-2 on
yeah.
Friday. Saturday, the Rangers played a really good game, 9-4, and then today they held on. And when I say held on, that is by every definition of the term holding on
By the skin of their teeth.
to a 11-10 win. But hey, they took the series. They're 12-8 on the year. They're game and a half back now, I believe, after beating the Astros. I can't remember if it's the Mariners or the Astros
It
in
doesn't
first
matter.
place right now. But man, they're right there. It's very, very early, but they're right there and they're playing well. You're a fan of Woody. You said you had some confidence in him going into the season, and
I like the guy, man. I think he's got control of the clubhouse, and I think the guys like him. The young guys like him. They look up to him. The old guys respect him, and I think they're going to be fine, man. It may be a year or so, but even though JD, after your rant against him a couple of weeks ago, I think he'll pull it out in the end. He'll make it happen. He always does. He always finds a way.
Well, and we'll see going into the middle of the season after the All-Star break if they're going to be buyers or sellers. I can't imagine in a million years they're going to be buyers.
Do I need some powder on my head for the glare? Is that bothering anybody?
I can't even see it.
Sorry.
No, it looks good to me. If I take my hat off, there's going to be a lot more glare.
Well, yeah.
Good thing we wouldn't have spotlights on this thing.
Jesus
Man, I'm
Christ. dude,
struggling
what the fuck is wrong
tonight.
with you?
Hang on just a second. Hang on.
Here, let me get you another one.
Good Lord Almighty. So, yeah, Rangers are rolling right now. The NBA playoffs are full underway.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's watching the NBA playoffs. I know our buddy Steven's watching, but it doesn't matter what he watches because he has no valid opinion on anything. So, Golden State, Houston, Portland, Milwaukee, Boston. Oh, dude, that feels good. Man, thank you. I need that about every 10 minutes, if you don't mind. Oh, there it is right there. Oh. Hey, freshly groomed, by the way.
It looks nice. I wish I could grow one.
Yep, you can. You can. Boston, Philadelphia, Toronto are all leading their series, and then Denver this was going into show prep today.
Boston closed them out today.
Did Boston close them out?
Boston,
All right.
Boston swept in Indy.
I was riding the motorcycle today, so I did not get to watch NBA action that I would not have watched
Little
anyway.
wind therapy. That's good for you.
Denver, San Antonio tied at 2. You know what? I just have one thing to say about the NBA and the NBA playoffs right now. I think the NBA is in a heap. Going back to my dad saying, they're in a heap of trouble. The NBA is in a heap of trouble, man. They got no draw right now. They got no LeBron in the playoffs. They got no star
That's
in the
LeBron's
playoffs.
fault.
No, it's LeBron's fault, but it is what it is. But dude, there's no level of interest. There's no stories going into the playoffs. You know, Golden State's going to dominate. Golden State needs to lose a series and get bounced one year to create some interest for the next year. I'm about sick of Golden State. I'm so freaking. Did you know Oklahoma City is 2-7 in the playoffs since Durant left? I don't know why I keep thinking of OKC as this powerhouse in the West still, because they're not. I saw that stat the other day and I was shocked.
Westbrook's a dog. Though.
Westbrook's a dog. Speaking of dogs,
Sorry about
so dude, I'm telling you right now, the NBA is in trouble, and I guarantee you that David Silver is in full panic mode right now because ratings are down, viewership is down, and I guarantee you interest is down. Interest has to be down. I haven't liked the NBA for like the past 5 or 6 years, but going into the play, I tried. I tried to find a team I could be interested in and root for going into the play, but there's not one. I hate Golden State. I hate Houston. I hate freaking San Antonio. I hate all the Eastern Conference teams.
Yes, we hate the Spurs because the Spurs are the Mavs' biggest rival. But after their display for our boy Dirk, I mean that I wouldn't.
No, and that's to me that's a separate deal.
Well,
yes, I appreciated that and I loved what they did.
It does, but I mean it kind of makes you want to root for Pop a little bit.
I hate their fans. I hate their team. I hate their uniforms. I hate their logo. I hate their name.
Do you hate them as bad as Bassick did?
God almighty. See, we can say it.
We can say
that they're a bunch of dirty Mexicans down in San Antonio.
But we're not going to.
Oh,
we're not going. No, we're not going to.
Should I edit that out?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll see if I even know how to do that.
Beep, beep.
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah, just bleep it.
Yeah, our buddy Bassick went on a Twitter rant one year and cost him his job. But hey, I agreed with him 1,000%. I'm saying 1,000%, 100%. So yeah, NBA finals or playoffs are going on and they all suck.
Somebody smells good. Somebody just walked in here.
It must be Billy.
Billy?
Billy smells good.
Billy, did you bathe today? Day before
Day before.
yesterday. You still
That's
smelling
soap,
good,
man.
little musky walking in here.
So the only other thing I had in quick hits, I don't know if you saw the story, read it anywhere. So the Red Sox honored the Patriots for their Super Bowl win here. I don't know if it was last week or I think it was the week before last in one of their home games. Brady threw out the first pitch. Gronk was there to receive it.
Did he get it there?
So I've not actually seen video of this. I've seen video of the aftermath. Gronk was at home plate. I think the original plan was to catch, as Gronk would often catch Brady in more ways than one. We're aware of that.
And he has retired.
And he's retired now. So he had the Lombardi trophy with him up there at home plate.
Oh, jeez.
So what do you – and I'm going to ask you two questions. Number one, how much do you think that each of them had to drink before they did this?
Probably not as much as we would have had.
Number two, what do you think Gronk did with the Lombardi trophy when Brady threw the pitch? I'll give you multiple choice. Did
Okay.
he A, set it down and politely catch the pitch like he was supposed to?
Gronk? No.
Did he B, sit on the Lombardi trophy and catch the ball like he should have? Or C, use the Lombardi trophy as a bat to hit the ball?
Jackass probably sat on it because I couldn't imagine him trying to swing and hit the ball with it.
Well, I'm glad you said that because you are incorrect.
God.
He used the Lombardi trophy as a bat to hit the pitch from Brady. And there is a huge dent in the trophy, in their version of the trophy. So I mentioned this because...
Did you know this, Lane? No, you did not?
I mentioned this because when I first heard this story, I was livid. I was like, how in God's name can you disrespect the Lombardi trophy
No
that
shit.
way? Mistreat it.
Shit, Jerry won't
Everything-
even let anybody touch his.
Everything it represents, you have just crapped on. And that dent will never be fixed. It will be there forever. It's going to be, and it's the team's trophy. It'll be in their stand.
You can't find a good body shop to pull that down out?
Not New England.
Paintless dent repair?
God almighty.
I mean, we've had some hail around here, so there's a good
Well, he needs to
paintless.
bring it to Texas to fix it.
Well,
So, but here's the thing: is when I first heard it, I was livid. I couldn't believe it. I thought this was the most ridiculous, asinine thing in a long list of ridiculous and asinine things that Gronk has done in his career, and Brady. But then I thought about it, and I started to remember the Stanley Cup. My most cherished, I'll take it back, my second most cherished trophy in the sports world of all time. My first one most people won't understand or get. It's the Borg Warner Trophy for the winner of the Indy 500. But
yes.
the Stanley Cup is the oldest
Andy Card.
continuous sports trophy of all of the major sports. And, the Stanley Cup is, I don't know what I just said. So have you read stories of the teams? Because of course the teams get the trophy, the Stanley Cup,
Right.
for an amount of time after they win it.
Each person on the team gets a day with the trophy.
Yeah.
They can do what they want to. I've seen whenever the Stars won it, there was I don't remember who it was, but somebody bathed their kid in it. They had a newborn and bathed him in it. And
Did you know that I drank Miller Lite out of the Stanley Cup in '99 after they won it? I ever told you that story?
was that before or after the kid was bathed in it?
You know, I'd like to think it was after, but
Because
at this point,
if it was a kid, it probably peed in it.
dude, I guarantee there's lots of pee and everything else that was in that cup before I drank out of it. But that's a story for another day. And you know what? To me, that's endearing. I love hearing those stories about the
It's
Stanley Cup. The huge dent that the Stars put in it the week that they were partying with Pantera at Vinnie Paul's house.
Vinnie Paul.
When Craig Ludwig dropped it off the balcony as he was trying to jump into the pool with it off of Vinnie Paul's balcony. That's a huge story, and it's awesome.
Luds. I mean, he's I think of all those guys that Luds was. He's a big softball player or used to be. Maybe he still is. I think he may still play, but just the most down to earth, level guy. One of the guys that we hang out with and drink beer with. And so yeah, I can imagine Luds doing something like that. That's pretty cool.
So I started thinking about all those, and I started thinking, well, maybe it's not so bad what they did to the Lombardi Trophy. Maybe the Lombardi Trophy needs some of that history and some of those antics around it. Because I'll tell you what, man, the NFL it's a tight asshole is what it is. It is a sphincter that cannot be pried open with the most powerful of tools. And the NFL needs to open their sphincter a little bit.
Well, I think as long as you got Goodell as commissioner, that's the way it's going to stand. I mean, unless you have somebody in there that lets guys let their hair down and have some fun, then it's going to be the NFL is going to still stand for, not for long, and the no
Great
fun
Jerry Glanville
and the no fun league. I mean, it's the way it's going to be. It's the way it's going to stand. I don't see it changing.
Yeah, so I don't know. Everybody's going to have their own opinion of that story, and my whole deal was that I was mortified when I first heard it. I've since come off of it, dude. I think it's good for the league. I think more of those stories need to be had. There need to be more antics, more public debauchery with the Lombardi Trophy to help loosen up the NFL a little bit. But like I said, at first I was mortified. I couldn't even believe it. But hey, he's Gronk. He's retired. He doesn't give a crap what he does anymore. He doesn't give a crap what anybody does. He's still important. Is he still dating porn stars?
Wouldn't you?
How do you know I don't? I might be right now dating a porn star.
I have nothing.
I don't leave Lance speechless much, but when I do,
I'm afraid to say anything.
it's hysterical.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Lance.
Fear me.
All right. So, our not-so-favorite quarterback in the NFL, Russell Wilson, that plays for the lime green uniformed
Dangerous.
Seattle Seahawks. Lance, do you consider Russell Wilson a top-tier quarterback in this league?
No, but yes, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he is?
Yeah, because he
Top 5?
top 5. No,
Top 10, though.
Yeah, he's in.
I would agree with that.
He's in the upper echelon of the league. He commands his team. His team follows him. I don't know. I mean, we're not in
The Great Northwest.
We're not in the Great Northwest. I need my buddy Eric to send me some takes from what they talk about him. But I think that he does. I think he does command his team well, and they believe in him. And dude, the little guy makes shit happen. I mean, he's. I know that he's been my little brother's quarterback in his fantasy team for the last couple of years, and he's been his kind of ride or die. And Blaine, I don't know if Blaine did very well in fantasy this year, but he'll be back. He'll be back.
You got something right here.
So, Russell Wilson just signed
He's got flipped off by my little brother.
and he's off camera, so he can't see.
Yeah.
We need to set up a second camera next time behind
Yeah,
us,
just
showing the yuck monkeys out of the crowd.
all 4 of them.
Yeah, there will be more. So Russell Wilson just signed a new contract, by the way, after basically holding his team hostage, which I don't agree
As they're all on their phone. are really paying attention.
Yeah, they're watching it on Facebook. That's what they're all doing right now. I don't like the fact that he held his team hostage to begin with. Gave them a hard deadline that says if you don't sign me by this date, and I don't know what that date was, April 15th or something, tax day.
Should he really be the highest paid player in the NFL? I mean,
He said, if you don't sign me by this date, I will not sign a long-term contract with you ever. And what do you have? Another year still on his existing contract?
Yeah,
like,
he did.
who does that? And I get it. He's good. Man, if I was Seattle, I'd have said, you know what? See you down the road, brother.
Well, and
we'll draft somebody else and replace you like we don't even remember you.
So what do you think that's going to do with Mr. Prescott?
Well, here are the numbers before we get into Dak. I want to give the numbers on his contract. It's a 4-year, what was the total? 150 million? I don't remember. But I do have the annual breakdown. So he had a signing bonus of $65 million. I think it was 4 years, $140 million. He has a $65 million signing bonus, and then his 29. And this is how teams are playing with the salary cap and salary numbers. His signing bonus was $65 million. His first year's salary on this contract would be 2019. It's only $5 million, all guaranteed. So his first year is going to make $70 million if you include the signing bonus. Year 2, 2020, base salary of $18 million. 2021, $19 million. 2022 roster bonus, $5 million, plus the $19 million base pay. 23, another roster bonus of $5 million, plus $21 million. So this goes through 2023. So he's basically making $35 million a year is the way this breaks out. So what does this mean for Dak? Well, there's been speculation that Dak was going to draw in upwards of $30 million, which I think is a huge mistake. If you're going to make that kind of money, you better be the best at what you do. And you better be in a rare company.
Here's a comparison. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but if you look at Dak and Russell Wilson, their numbers side by side in their first 4 years, they're almost identical. The numbers are almost identical. The only change, the only difference is the fact that in year 2, Russell won the Super Bowl.
Russell has skins on the wall.
He's
been to another Super Bowl.
He has a bit, and that was not on him.
Nope.
That was not at all shitty play call.
I agree 100%.
Who does not give that ball to the beast?
Not Russell's fault, but you know what? History will show that he did not win that Super Bowl.
Right.
And that's all that matters. So going into February, Stephen Jones with the Cowboys was quoted as saying, when asked if he deserves a $30 million contract, Stephen Jones, this is in February, Stephen Jones was quoted as saying he deserves it. Now, it seems to me like that's terrible negotiation.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, who wants to go into negotiations when you're – I mean, if I go into a job interview and the guy tells me that I deserve $200K a year and I go, no, I really don't want that. I mean, who the fuck's going to say something like that?
So it's estimated that Dak's going to make between 25 and 30. This was before Russell Wilson's new contract.
Right.
So, of course, all the sports writers, analysts, they say whatever they want. They're all saying now it's going to be 30-plus. Do you know what Dak has made the last 3 years playing for the Cowboys?
Chump change.
He made $450,000, $540,000, and $630,000 in the last 3 years, starting every game for the Cowboys. And, of course, he won Rookie of the Year in 2016, and he's been to the Pro Bowl twice. So, based on those numbers, I'd say we've had a pretty good bargain going.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And when Dak Prescott's,
are you baiting me into absolutes now?
it's not real hard to do. So when Dak Prescott and his agent go in there to meet with Steven, because Steven's the one that negotiates these now. It's no longer Jerry. This is all Steven, which I like. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
When they go in there, I guarantee his agent's going to have that quote on a recorder or on his phone, whatever.
Yeah, let's play this.
He's like, let's start with this, sir. And he's going to play that quote. He's like, well, there's our starting point. What else can you do for us? And Steven's going to have his hands tied. I feel like Dak is not Russell Wilson. He has not been Russell Wilson. But, man, he's right there, in my opinion. He has the ability of Russell Wilson.
Well, I believe the proof will be in the pudding this year. I mean, he's got a defense this year. He's still got Zeke, and that was something else I was going to bring up. You know, the Cowboys have taken the option for Zeke in his 5th year, and that there's stuff that's been put out there about look out for Zeke to hold out, but. I mean, seeing some of the places he's been to with public appearances and stuff like that, I think that I don't know. I hope that Zeke doesn't do that, because if he does, by God, we're in trouble.
Oh, it's going to be a shit show,
Yeah,
man.
it'll be bad.
I'm not a fan of any player holding out. We had Emmett hold out, what was it, 94, 93, I believe, coming off of his rookie contract. Held out the first 2 games, which were losses.
Three games.
All losses for the Cowboys.
Yep.
No team had ever started 0-2 or 0-3, whatever it was, and made the playoffs, much less win the Super Bowl.
And we did.
But, yes, of course, he came back. But you know what? This team is not the 93 Cowboys. No. Next year will not be the 93 Cowboys. So allowing a player to hold out and get to that point is not going to be fun. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Le'Veon Bell, what he put the Steelers through last year. I think it's bad business.
It killed me in my fantasy league.
It's bad business for football. It's bad business for the player. It's a black mark on the league, and it's something has to be done. This is all because of the franchise tag, of the teams having the ability to franchise tag a player. And there's something in this system, and I don't know the system. I won't even proclaim to know that I know the ins and outs of the franchise tag and how it works. But
that's why we have Steven.
Exactly. It's his problem, not mine. But, dude, something has got to be fixed. Something somewhere is broken that allows this to happen in the league and allows players to have that power over their team. And that's what the Players Association wants. And great, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
But does the Players Association want the league to continue to be successful, or do they want their players to make billions of dollars as the league folds?
Well, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. The Players Association for the NFL is probably the worst in professional sports. I mean, you got the NBA. Those guys come and go as they please. They have a great Players Association. They have somebody great running it. I don't know who now runs the NFL Players Association. I don't recall who that is, but I mean, the owners of the NFL run the NFL, and because the NFL Players Association is garbage.
No, it is. It is not Major League Baseball Players Association, which is by far the most powerful union in the world. They get everything they want, and Major League Baseball sometimes is helpless with their demands. But I agree. The Players Association in the NFL is weak, and I don't remember when this franchise tag thing started, but, dude, it's broken right now, and it needs to be addressed. The next collective bargaining agreement is coming up, I believe, in 2020 or 2021, and all signs indicate there's going to be a holdout. There's going to be a strike. Like, even now, they're predicting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it, because both sides are so far away. Neither side respects the other, and each side is looking out for themselves. And that is not good. That's not a good business model, and it's not good for sports. And I hate that. I hate that for the Cowboys, because it's going to happen. I'm surprised Lawrence signed. I mean, they got that deal done, and I'm shocked. I did not expect him to play in 2019.
Are you done with this?
Yeah, you want it?
Can I do?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Damn it!
You're going to hit it and knock it over. I was trying not to hit it. I was going to throw it at Lauren, actually.
Well, hit me the next one.
I'll let you throw the next one. Yeah, let's throw the next one.
Oh, here we go. Target.
Oh, crap. Glad that's on that side of that camera. So, Lance, we have this little hockey team in Texas, America.
The Little Stars, baby.
That are the freaking June bug on my neck. Right there. There's a June bug crawling on my neck.
Throw-
Should have thrown it at the girls.
Just should throw it at Stacy.
We have this little hockey team in Dallas. They're playing quite well right now. They're known as the Dallas Stars. We can call them whatever we want. They're called the Dallas Stars, and they're playing very well right now. They are in this thing called the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, have ever watched it. A few people watch it, but it is basically the postseason for the NHL Sports League.
I'm not an idiot.
Of course, they are matched up against division rivals and division-winning Nashville Predators. And as of this recording, the Stars lead that series 3-2, brother.
3-2.
These last two games, the Stars have dominated. Man, they were down 2-1. Dominated Game 4 and absolutely dominated Game 5. And this is some of the most exciting Stars playoff hockey I might have watched in 20-plus years.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I got to watch them a little bit yesterday, hanging out with Stacy and some of her friends, but yeah, it's fun to watch, and they put it to them yesterday, man. It was flying around the ice. It's playoff hockey, man.
Well, and dude, this is an exciting playoff year. You know, we've got 2 number 1 seeds that are out by the number 2 wild card team.
Well, I mean,
So-
when it comes to series, it's not a one game.
Nope.
It's sustainability.
Well, and then I think the NHL more so than any other sport. I mean, you have playoff series in baseball, you have playoff series in basketball. I feel like the ability for a lower seed to beat a higher seed is more prevalent in the NHL. Because literally any team can win a 7-game series. You get a hot goalie, you get some hot defenseman, you get a hot scorer. Depending on where you're at,
Right.
anybody can beat anybody over a 7-game series. And we've had that happen. Tampa Bay ousted by the Columbus Blue Jackets, a sweep in 4 games. Tampa Bay was the President's Cup winner.
Right? Yep. That's right here in the league.
Columbus squeezed into the playoffs. They were barely in the playoffs as the number 2 wild card. We had the same thing in the West, Calgary and Colorado. Colorado ousted Calgary 4-1. These are number 1 seeds. These are good hockey teams, but dude, it did not translate. Dallas is up 3-2 on Nashville. We're going to play whoever wins in this series. Will play the St. Louis Blues, who ousted Winnipeg, who was my pick to win the Cup. 4-2. And dude, I've said it on previous broadcasts. I was terrified of the Stars matching up against Winnipeg in the playoffs, and I've said it numerous times. The Stars,
That's gonna, playing St. Louis. It's going to give me some family turmoil because Stacy's family is up around St. Louis, and my brother-in-law is a huge Blues fan, and that will. I'm sure there'll be a little side wager going on with that.
well, and I'd be disappointed if there wasn't. I feel like the Stars. I don't want to get ahead of myself here because we haven't won nothing yet, but I feel like we're going to match up well against St. Louis, division rival. We know the team well; they know us very well. They're a defensive-minded team. If we can keep 2 scoring lines healthy and scoring, and if Bishop can continue to stand on his head, man, we got no problems beating St. Louis and advancing to the Western Conference
He
Finals.
is the best break dancer in Dallas.
Yeah, he is. So our little Stars are shining bright, deep in the heart of Texas, playing well. There's I don't want to call it a bandwagon following, but, we've said it before, Dallas loves a winner. And Stars are in the playoffs, and they're playing well. They've got a following again, and it's fun again, man. It's fun going to Stars games again. It's fun watching hockey on TV again.
It's not Reunion Arena, but it's still
No,
fun.
it's nothing will ever be Reunion Arena like I wish it was. But man, I'm so happy that this is happening. It's been 3 years since the Stars made the playoffs. Then they won the first round game against Minnesota in 2016, but they were supposed to win that series. It wasn't an exciting series. This is an exciting series against Nashville. There's hits, there's scoring, there's penalties, there's frustration, which leads to fights. It's just fun to watch. I don't know
We
what
got
else
a rookie
to say.
coach too, man.
I know, and I was
Rookie coach.
not a fan of Monty, man, when he was our pick for coach. But you said it best. I don't know, a couple episodes ago, that he's got a system that the players believe in.
Yep.
And all you got to do is believe in it, and it works.
A lot of people don't think that the coaching matters in the pros, but you get the right guy at the helm, and people believe in it, and and those millionaires will follow you. Those millionaires will follow you.
Here, you can have that one.
This one,
Yep, that's yours.
Lauren.
Where are we going? Here, my turn. God, we weren't even close, dude. And those are huge boobs we were aiming at. We weren't even close.
Tough to hit.
So yes,
She's elusive.
not going to say congratulations to the Stars
wingspan.
because they haven't won
Good
anything
receivers.
yet, but it's fun to watch. We hope everybody's watching and we're on board with the Stars. So last week, Lance, the Dallas Cowboys football organization.
They are.
They play in Dallas.
Yep.
Actually, they play in Arlington,
Playing Arlington,
but they're our favorite hometown team.
and they home base out of Frisco.
Yes, right up the road from us. The Stars, a mere 15, 20-minute drive, if that,
Actually, it's down the road.
down,
Okay.
because they're south.
Right.
You are correct. So the NFL just released the NFL schedule for 2019. You have a copy of it in front of you. I have a
do.
copy of it in front of me. So I wanted to run down the schedule. I don't want to spend a ton of time because every
Nope.
freaking radio station does this. And we're not going to go game by game. But I do have picks. I do have notes here of what games they will win, what games they will lose. Veronica is on the edge of her seat wanting to know if they're going to beat the Eagles this year because she's an Eagles fan and she's a Carson Wentz fan.
The Feagles.
The Fleagles.
The Philadelphia Fleagles.
So before the schedule came out, I was blind guess.
Oh, incoming.
I almost had you. Blind guess before the schedule came out. I was saying 9-7, 10-6 for the Cowboys, and I believe they will win the NFC East again next year. But now that we have the schedule, I've been able to break it down more, and I went game by game. I didn't go based on the entire schedule. I wanted to say to myself, okay, Giants at home, that's a game they should win, and this is based on everybody being healthy, starting rosters as they are now. Of course, it's pre-draft again, but I'm at 10-6 still. I'm at 10-6, and I've looked at the NFC East other schedules, the Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles, and I've looked at their schedules and the wins and losses that I predict for them, and I've got Dallas winning the division still.
And I haven't won the division. You've got them at 10-6. Give me your 6 losses.
My 6 losses are New Orleans and New Orleans,
Yep.
Green Bay and Green Bay.
Green Bay is not in Green Bay. Green Bay is
Green Bay at home. I lost Green Bay at home. I have at Detroit as a loss. At New England as a loss.
Just so you know, my buddy will be in from Phoenix for the Green Bay game.
We will not be watching that game at your house, sir.
You don't want to be called kitchen boy again?
Not a fan of your friend Arnie.
Yes, you are.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Arnie. I hate that you're a Packers fan.
I believe I have that as a win.
Detroit?
No, I have not Detroit. Green Bay.
Oh, Green
I have
Bay.
Green Bay as a win.
We're going to beat Green Bay in Green Bay.
Green
Hey,
Bay is not in Green
I
Bay.
mean-
Green Bay's in Dallas. Jesus Christ, son.
Wait,
Take your
wait.
codpiece
Hang
off.
on,
Get
hang
that
on.
out of your mouth. And
Hang on,
let's
here we
go.
go. Wait, look, watch.
Put your glasses back.
Hey, look.
I got my old glasses. I need longer arms to see this.
Hey, look, I've got Dallas losing to Green Bay in Arlington.
Asshole.
So my 6 losses, yes, my 6 losses. My 6 losses are at New Orleans, Green Bay at home, at Detroit, at New England, at Chicago, and the Rams at home. Those are my 6 losses.
At Detroit. Why at Detroit? What makes you think we're going to lose at Detroit?
Well, I was going to pick either at Detroit or at Philadelphia because we're going to lose to a team on the road that we shouldn't lose to.
And I would say,
And I
at
can't pick a
Philly.
loss against Philadelphia because I hate Philadelphia.
Well, I do too, but I see that happening before Detroit.
Well, but the at Philadelphia game is the second to last week of the season, week 16. Carson Wentz won't be playing because he's going to have a hangnail or something, and he'll be on the injured
He'll
list.
probably blow out another fucking knee.
He's going to blow out an eyeball or have a bad hair day and not be able to play that week.
But they don't have a backup anymore.
No.
Because he is now in Jacksonville.
No, that's why I had on the road at Philly a win in week 16.
You may be right, but I do not see the Cowboys losing to Detroit. I do not like.
Okay, how about I give you this? They lose either at Detroit or at the Jets.
Oh Jesus! You know that the Jets in their schedule, they do not leave the Eastern time zone. They do not leave the Eastern time on their entire fucking schedule.
You
They do
texted
not
me
leave
that the other day,
the Eastern time zone. Jeb,
and I had to look it up.
my buddy Jeb hooked me up with this. They do not leave the Eastern time zone, and the furthest west the fuckers go is Cincy.
I believe they play Detroit too, right? I'm not looking at a map. I don't know which one's farther west, but either way, that's ridiculous.
So I mean, yeah, it's
Well, and let's talk about the anomaly of the Cowboys schedule too while we're at it.
no back-to-back home games for the first time in creation.
No back-to-back home games, I believe, in the first time in their franchise history.
Yeah, and you know, there's been a lot of bitching and whining about Cowboys having the Thanksgiving game, and this will change it up. This will change it up, being that they do not have a home game before that Thanksgiving game, and they can't stay at home before that on the short week, and
Right.
so they'll throw a little wrench in the gears, but I don't. Yeah, I looking at the schedule and
What do you got?
and going through it. I mean, I'm at 12-4.
Whoa.
I don't. They need to start the year at 3-0. I don't see.
Well, I've
them,
got them 5-2 before the bye week going into week 8.
Yeah, because you got them losing to the Jets, but the Jets are early, and the Jets are bad. They got Darnold at quarterback. If he changes and gets figures something out. I mean, he was a great quarterback coming out of college, but I mean, is he really that good? Has he really shown anything? If he shows something, then yeah, I may be wrong, but I don't think we're wrong there.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt you for a second because we have some Facebook comments I want to get to.
Oh,
I wasn't scrolling before because my mouse didn't work, but apparently we have comments that I didn't see. Our buddy Gregory Quinn from the Tolo page. What's up, Greg? Good to have you with us, man.
thanks for joining.
He says, what up, y'all? The lovely and talented Tammy Chappell says, hi, boys.
She's in the neighborhood. She should be over here
Yeah,
drinking.
Tammy
drinking
should
with
just
us.
be over here. I don't know why you're talking to us on Facebook.
I mean, she could join the packed house. We have of 4 here watching.
There's a room for more people? I don't know.
There may be room. I mean, and the dog's tied up over there, and Lane just got through chasing. Lady back
Lauren
down.
informs me that she's in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Mm. Alex Hudson joined, and she was watching for a little bit.
She didn't have any.
She probably
family in
lasted
Arkansas,
about
does she?
5 seconds. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. Our buddy Richie Pierce was on. What's up, Richie? Good to have you with us. Wish you were here. Tammy had an additional
Tammy,
comment,
Eagles suck.
and then she
Tammy
did a frowny,
says the Eagles suck.
and then the little
How
frowny
about
face
that little
V.
V? How about that little V?
I have to agree with Tammy Chappell. I agree with Tammy. And then apparently she did not agree with my loss to Detroit.
Good for you. Thank you.
And no, Tammy, it is not the Patriots on Thanksgiving. We have the
Buffalo.
Yes, the
Bills.
Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving, not the cheating Patriots. But yeah, so that's a W. And of course, she followed up. Yes, she's in Arkansas. Nancy Ramsey, our favorite
Nancy
manager at Fire
Ramsey.
52, is
She
watching
still
this.
loves me more than she loves you.
You know what? I'll concede that. I believe
Good.
that.
I'm glad you did.
She told me
Finally,
that the other day.
I win.
She gave me hugs. Hey, I miss you guys on
I
Sunday
win.
night,
But I love Lance more.
but I miss Lance more than I miss you. So, yeah, everybody on Facebook, if you're watching, shoot us some comments, some questions. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know that you're out there. Let us know that we matter, that we're important to you, and that this is America's favorite podcast.
Americans.
We're growing the show, America. As Lauren's shooting me the thumbs down as we say that.
Oh no, it's up. It's up. She got a really long thumbnail, dude. Did she ever jab you with that? Jesus Christ!
No, she scratches my back with those.
Oh, well.
Holy mother of God. Hey, after the show, let her scratch her back because it's good.
Well, maybe she can do it on the air, and I'll
Yeah,
just
do it on
melt here in
camera.
the chair while I'm
Do it on
sitting on a
camera.
pillow to look as tall as you do.
All right, so you got Dallas at 12-4.
Yep.
You want to get into playoff predictions? Just for shits and giggles? Doesn't mean nothing.
No, it doesn't. It means 0 because I really haven't looked at since the sketch come out. I haven't looked at any of the other schedules and seen what anybody else is going to do. So
Well, but we know if the Cowboys do not at least make the NFC Championship game, someone's losing their job. I mean, that's kind of the consensus, right?
you're going to fire me? If the Cowboys don't make the NFC Championship, you're going to bring Billy or Lane in to take my place?
No, I'm gonna fire the manager that's up at our Taco Bueno that takes 47 minutes to make. Bean
Oh, they got
burritos.
bad ticket times. Sorry.
Good God Almighty. I don't know where that goes out of the blue.
I mean,
Sorry.
Lane could be like the guy from Major League with Harry Doyle in the booth and just sits there and says important shit and grabs the bottle every once in a while.
Bob Euchre.
That would be great. That would be
Bob
great.
Euchre.
That would be my little brother.
Well, maybe we need to have Lane come in and sub for Lance one night.
Lance may get drunk one night and not.
Hey,
be able
Lance
to-
has a face, or Lane. You call him Lance. Lane has a face made for Facebook Live. We have faces made for radio. There's no question.
We look a lot alike, son.
We're both ugly. That's what I'm saying.
No,
No,
we,
Oh, you and him look like? No, you
we
don't
look
alike.
alike.
No, I don't see it. One of
No.
y'all's adopted for sure. There's no way y'all are
we
blood
look
related.
No, you're wrong. And I
Lauren, do they look blood related?
need to be on.
yeah.
Which one's cuter?
Don't even answer that fucking
Veronica, which
question.
one's cuter? Billy, which one's cuter?
I love you both.
All right, so it's mutually agreed on this broadcast that the Cowboys are gonna win a Super Bowl.
About something stupid.
Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to beat Miami
Has Lane ever
17
worn?
to 10.
Has Lane ever worn the khaki shorts?
He doesn't need to wear khaki shorts.
Oh God!
God.
Fuck. I lose. I'm losing to my younger, cuter brother. Fuck off.
I got an older, cuter brother. I often lose to frequently.
Well, that's your problem.
I know. He's baller than I am.
I have to. I can't call him my little brother because he's bigger than I am. So
Is he a better
he's my-
golfer than you?
No.
No. Is he better at laying poison in people's yards than you?
Absolutely.
So hey, let's give Lane a quick plug. You want to give Lane a plug on
This
there?
dude, yeah,
Let's do
absolutely.
that, man. We love Lane. So Lane works for
Quick sumo.
Quick Sumo Pest Control, and they're based out of where?
Anna.
Based out of Anna, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Lane is one of their, I'm going to say, technicians.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I'm good. I know job stuff.
I'm glad you're getting this shit
If
straight.
you
because
got-
the cod piece is throwing you completely fucking off.
I
Tonight.
took the cod piece off.
No, you did not.
A long time ago.
No, I see you fucking scratching it every once in a while.
Well, it's made out of burlap, so I'm not real sure what to do with it.
Burlap.
So you guys need
God,
some
that's
pest
gotta be
control.
huge.
We're going to give a plug here to Quick Sumo, based out of Anna. If you're in the 380 corridor, I'm guessing anywhere along there.
I
and
think Lane goes all over the fucking place.
y'all serve all of Dallas, Fort Worth.
He will go anywhere.
All right.
He will kill a bug. Fucking.
Don't tell my wife that he'll go anywhere. Okay, you're just going to
Well.
make things uncomfortable.
Oh, he has to. He was like grabbing.
So pest control. I don't want to give Lane's phone number. out
No,
on
let's
the
not
air,
do
though.
that. Let's not do that.
Hey, we'll post it on the Facebook.
But I will.
on
Hey,
the,
we
well,
will
on the
start with
podcast.
Tim's phone number, and the first number is 9.
You've been saying you're going to do that since episode 0.
So I mean, we're on episode 7.
But you realize
we'll
I
be
have-
done with
you-
17.
You realize I have your phone number too, and I can do the same thing.
I didn't know my wife's phone number until I got in trouble and had to have it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like a police matter to me.
We will not go into that.
No. So we'll post Lane's pest control information and the Quick Sumo information on the Facebook page, and we will mention it on the podcast.
Go to the Facebook
There-
page.
there's
like,
another
share.
plug.
Let's do this.
Hey, okay, go ahead.
No, the Facebook
Yeah,
page.
there's
The Facebook page.
there's something else that I want to plug tonight.
I do too. That cup over there has got my picture on it. I need to see that.
So there's a plug that we need to make. Our best friend in the whole world, Veronica, has made us tumblers with our show logo,
Slogo.
our slow logo.
Slogo.
And the
Honey,
name,
my
of,
tongue's getting fat.
the name of Veronica's company is it Creations First?
Creations 13. You didn't have to ask her that. I
I
can
didn't know. I've been told different things.
Well,
Man. I'm
you
terrible at
fucking
facts.
don't listen, apparently.
Hey, when I worked at the ticket, I never did live reads, and this is why. Because I'm terrible at it.
We're not spaced apart.
I asked her to make me a commercial, write what she wanted me to say, and all she sent me was copy points. So, like, now I got to make up my own commercial. For
Well,
her
no,
cups.
I mean, the woman has, she's been in business for a little while, and she's a year, and she's making She makes cups, all kinds of cups, big cups, little cups, wine cups. I think I've bought her several cups.
I have copy points to cover all of those
Well,
things you just said.
Get all over it. Shit.
So Creations 13, based in Paloma Creek, Texas, the lovely and talented, and very large boobed Veronica Dennis.
Lovely lady.
This is her
loves.
company, and she's made cups for us in the neighborhood people for a long, long time, and they're freaking awesome. You guys might have seen me up here with my other tumbler, the Harley Davidson tumbler. It's got my biker name, Razor de Rancho, on it. She made that very early on, and I pretty much take it with me everywhere. But it's about to be replaced by this one. If y'all are on Facebook Live, you can see them on the front of the table. So she basically makes custom-made tumblers. And you know what? Everybody's got a freaking tumbler now. I see them everywhere I go. We were at Mudbug Bash for 105.3 The Fan on Saturday. Everybody's walking around with tumblers. And you know what they all look like?
Blah.
Stainless steel.
Yeah.
Everyone's tumblers
Blah.
look exactly the same. And they're all made out of stainless steel, which is a high-quality product.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
High quality HTL.
they all freaking look the same. You're going to set yours down somewhere and forget it's yours because there's 4 other ones right next to it. Now you're drinking out of somebody's spit. You're going to get a disease and you're going to die.
I don't spit in tumblers. I spit in solo cups. And
Well, no, but there's backwash.
Well, I mean, you know,
You're going to drink someone else's backwash because you don't have a
backwash is
cool
still
cup.
beer. It's
from
still
Creations
beer.
13.
It's still beer, and you still pay for it.
So this is a message for people. I'm trying to save your life.
Okay.
Don't have a generic stainless steel tumbler and then misplace it or have it next to someone else's. You drink their spit and you die. This is a public service
That's a
announcement.
little over the top.
You don't know that. That might have happened already in third world countries.
In third world.
Veronica's tumblers,
This
though,
is a
they're all
first world problem. Veronica will make you the cup you want. You tell her what you want. She has got a genius imagination and will come up with great shit. She made one for my wife for Christmas, and Stacy loves it. So I just gave her an idea, and she ran with it. It's awesome.
Well, no, they're all awesome, and she's made one for all of us friends that hang out. She surprised us with these show ones. I didn't know she was doing that, and I was flattered. I mean, then they look super great, but the only issue is they look the same. So we might get ours
fatter.
both.
Yeah.
We'll go with both. So she sent me some copy points because I said, hey, you got to write a commercial for me so I can read it on the air. But she didn't know how to write a commercial, so she sent me copy points, and I promised not to read them as copy points, but to make a commercial out of it. But
You're
then
just going to fucking read them all.
But then she was late, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it ahead of time. You had to get weed?
Ready.
You had to go buy weed? They don't deliver that anymore?
You don't have the right guy then.
Yeah, we'll hook you up. So here, let's talk about Veronica's cups a little
Do
bit. Her name of her company is Creations 13. These are high quality, and these are all Arctics or Yetis or the same generic quality of Arctic or Yeti that cost half of what Arctic and Yetis cost. They're stainless steel, double walled, keep cold drinks cold and hot drinks hot. You know why that's good? Because you don't want your cold drinks hot and your hot drinks cold. That would be terrible. They are custom made. She makes them in literally. I've seen the setup.
By
They make
hand.
them in her house by hand.
Billy loves it. Billy loves watching her do that shit.
And you know what's funny?
With his dragon on his shoulder.
We have our names on most of our cups, but the funny thing is she pointed out that personalization is available and encouraged.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You don't want your name on your shit.
We may have to make her put some customization. Big Red may need to be on the back of that.
So she protects all of the designs with an epoxy. It's FDA approved. They're OSHA compliant lids. She's got sizes from 10 ounce to 40 ounce, and then specialty sizes for coffee, wine, water, baby bottles, stuff like that.
I think I bought some of those for her.
Probably. I think you did. I heard that story.
I have bought several of those at your local neighborhood Walmarts.
Tammy Chapel thinks that our commercial is really funny right now. So we're going to post a link to her website, her Facebook page, all of that good stuff. Might even put a picture of her up on the
That will
website.
be, yeah, we'll go put that in the description
That'll make you
of
buy
the
something.
podcast, and that way everybody can see that.
But we wanted,
hook up Miss V.
yeah, we wanted to give a special shout out to Veronica for these cups. They're amazing.
We love her. Yeah, they're beautiful, man. I can't wait to use it.
And we love everything that she
It's a
does.
shame I don't have something to pour in it right now.
Yeah, they'll hold hot and cold, remember?
Really?
Yeah.
Will
All
it,
right.
will it keep my cold beer cold?
So that's enough payola plugola for today. We love Veronica, but she ain't gonna take over the show again.
Nope. She's done that before, like twice.
With her boobs.
Well, I mean,
Every time
could
it's
you
her
allow
boobs.
that shit to happen?
Would you say no?
No, I wouldn't say
You
no.
gonna turn
but
that down? Stop. That's what I thought. I'd be worried about.
my
you if
wife
you
is
did.
inside listening to this.
No, she's not. She's watching CSI or something.
Maybe she's watching CNN.
She's watching ladies
No.
curling.
I think I blocked that channel.
Good, you should have. All right, Lance. You know what else is coming up this week?
What is coming up? The draft.
The NFL draft. Baby. We're going to touch on this quickly because we've had a lot of questions. And hey, let's preface this by saying we are no KT, Jeff, Dane, or Brian.
No, absolutely not, man. We went Thursday night to Draft 101 at the station at 105.3, and I'll tell you what, those dudes are incredible. I have such a wealth of knowledge, and they have got. Man, I am not your beer bitch.
You got them on your side. Put them between us.
If I put them between us, then you'll drink all of them, and I don't have control.
I cannot drink as fast as you, sir.
Well, pick up the pace. Be a Dorset.
I'm trying. I'm not a Dorset.
Drink like a Dorset.
Dude, hashtag.
Drink like a Dorset.
Wait, Tony or Lance?
And Lane.
See, that's something we covered in
Hey,
episode 00.
Hashtag drink like
Is Lance
Lanny.
related to Tony?
Hashtag drink like Lanny.
Drink like Lanny. But she's Lanny. What's
No.
her nickname?
Lanny is my daddy's name.
Uh-oh, now we're going to have a conflict.
I have customers call me Lance.
That's pretty funny.
They don't even know that I have a
Hey,
brother named
And this is a cool, quick story. I'll try to make it short. Y'all know I won't. So Lane was out and got a huge recommendation and for a review. And customer put out a big review, and they called Lane Lance. And he sent it to me and told me, please stop taking credit for my shit. So it's great. And Lane, thanks so much for coming out, sitting here with us. You almost hit it. God damn it. Stop.
Trying. I actually needed those notes. I was just trying to throw something at the camera.
Well, don't throw it here. Just empty beer can.
There it
Oh,
was.
bam.
Bingo.
Rocket.
Aw. Dog will get over it. What, dogs have 9 lives, right?
Somebody want to straighten that out a little bit? I think
Do we move it?
a little bit.
Nah, we're all right. We're all right. So finish your story.
No, I did.
Oh,
I did.
my bad.
I got credit for Lane's awesome work, and so y'all call Quick Sumo, and Lane will hook you up.
So the draft is coming up on Thursday, round 1. Of course, the Cowboys have 7 picks in the first round of this year's NFL draft.
They do not, you dumb jackass.
Am I misreporting stuff?
You are. You're a liar.
That's kind of what we do.
You're a
right?
liar. No, we don't misreport shit. But they already have their first round draft choice, and their first round draft choice is Amari Cooper.
Of course. So everybody remembers the Cowboys traded their 2019 first round draft pick
Maybe the best first round draft choice they've made in a long time.
for the great Amari Cooper with the Oakland.
Besides last year. I mean, they got Leighton Vander Esch last year.
the Wolf Hunter.
Yes. Right.
Speaking of Leighton Vander Esch, I took the lovely and talented Lauren and Veronica to Mudbug Bash. And Leighton Vander Esch was at the autograph and picture table probably 50 feet from where we were standing at some point.
They drooled, didn't they?
And I said, hey, there's Leighton. Why don't y'all
Drool.
go get a closer look while I scope out the other chicks that are at
They
Mudbug
drooled
Bash?
because I wasn't in khaki shorts.
They're like, no, we're good. We can see him from here. It's all good. We're fine. No big deal. What do you think happened 5 minutes later? They walked over for a closer look.
Of course. Of course they did.
So the consensus was he's dreamy, right?
Were they?
Yeah.
I
Did
had to remind them that he's like 14 years old.
They ended up sitting in his lap, didn't they? Eventually.
So long story short, Leighton Vander Esch is going to move in at our house and be our nanny. She wants to swaddle him like a baby. Sorry, Cowboys fans, but
Wrong.
my wife has stolen Leighton Vander Esch from his career of professional football. Of course, that's inaccurate as well. So anyway,
Liar.
of course, yes, the Cowboys traded their number 1 draft pick to the to their first round draft pick to the Oakland
If
Raiders.
anybody could see my little brother
For-
swaddling Leighton Vander Esch right now,
Amari
it's
Cooper.
fucking magical. It's magical going on right now. There is magic happening at Studio 69 at Casa Not So
Wait, what was that? What was that? So we all now have
Jesus
the visual
Christ,
of Lane swaddling Leighton Vander Esch and wiping dribble off of his mouth. Somewhere there's an artist that can make that happen. for us.
Hey, Fish. Fish does some.
Fish does some drawings
Fish
and
does some
sketching.
stuff. We
Yes, he
get
does.
Fish or your talented brother-in-law that hooked us up with that logo right there. That's,
He is talented, but he's conflicted as well.
well. This is not the no, but hell of a musician.
Oh, he's a very good musician.
Yes.
He's in a really good band. I wish I was in that band.
Well, I think you are
I'm
the
just a
Wire
bass player.
Rams. Where the Wire Rams playing this next weekend?
I don't have a show scheduled again
No,
ever.
you will play in our garage for.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play in the
For
garage,
beer.
background music.
Brisket.
How am I going to do that?
Well, no, you won't play. You'll have. I mean, they pop your shit in
Hey,
anyway.
maybe Lane can play bass.
Lane could play bass, but they pop your shit in.
That's true.
They pop your shit in. You just stand there.
I look
and
pretty.
Act like no. Well, that's
I'll try to look pretty.
that's.
Lauren, do I look pretty sometimes? God. Okay, so here's the thing. She calls me a snack. I don't know what that means.
Because
Yummy.
you're quick.
Hey, someone else called me a snack today
I know. You are
at the
one.
freaking restaurant we were at in Louisville. I'm walking in. This chick.
Wow.
Yes, yes. So I'm walking in. There's a booth here. There's a chick here and a chick here. This one's looking at me, and I walk past, and she's eyeing me the whole way, and I'm eyeing her back. And I kind of look at her, go around, get our refills of free margaritas, by the way. As I'm walking back, I walk past her, and I hear one of them say, "Now that's a snack." And I turned around and looked, and they all like, they shift their eyes over here or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know how to react to that. I'm not a piece of meat, ladies, okay? I have feelings. I'm a man.
You have no feelings.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm a man. I'm
I would
40.
say I don't know.
God
I
bless
did
you,
not-
my goodness.
No one witnessed this happen.
How old was the chick?
Questions from the peanut gallery. Here we go.
No, she was probably 50s. She was 50s, which is not old.
No,
By
it
the
is
way.
not. It is 50 is not old.
Man, they were cute. I've had
Fuck
worse.
Every one of y'all. 50 is not old.
I've totally had worse. So,
I'd
hey,
be gorgeous at 50.
we're getting off on a tangent again. We're getting. This show's gone to shit already.
Okay, we need to get back to this shit. Come on, we've.
This is our last segment of the show.
Yes,
we are
let's
an
do it.
hour, 12 minutes in, sir.
Hour and 12. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. That says 17 because we did 5 minutes of pregame.
Yeah. We started the video before the recording. So the Cowboys, of course, traded their first-round draft pick this year to Oakland for Amari Cooper, who has turned out to be the best number one draft pick we could have ever had, other than Bob Lillard.
Yes.
Danny Noonan was failed. What was that,
Noonan.
86, 85,
Noonan.
86? Aikman was okay. He might have panned out a little bit. Emmett was all right.
He's okay.
Irvin the year before that.
Okay.
Russell Maryland was all right.
The original triplets.
Yeah. they're the
Well, no,
triplets.
those are the original triplets. 'Cause, I mean, you think about Roger and Tony.
But they weren't called
and
the triplets.
Drew. They should have been.
The
My
word-
God, they should have been.
Okay, the English word for triplets was not invented yet. That word did not exist in the 70s, I don't think.
So I didn't exist in the
I'll have to
70s?
look at it. Are you a triplet?
No, but I mean, just go on. I'm
Man, we are bogging down
speechless.
in epic proportions right now. So everyone's asking, who are the Cowboys going to take at 58? What's their biggest need? Do they need to draft a coach at 58?
If they could trade for a coach, that'd be great.
Well, they can.
They can.
They can.
But and that may happen, but we don't know that yet.
It
So
won't happen this year, though.
It will if Red Jesus doesn't get his shit together.
Well, I mean, but it's not going to happen before this year's draft.
No.
And of course, we're talking about the great Sean Payton, my drinking buddy. Let's talk about time me and Lauren did shots with Sean Payton.
Oh God!
and the two hot
Give us
blondes he was
something
trying to
else.
score with.
Is there anybody else got anything to talk about?
So, do you want me to go over these players, or do you want to save it for next time?
No, just real quick.
Because next time it's going to be too late.
Real
The draft
quick,
will already have happened.
But maybe we'll have somebody that can give us an evaluation of my reputation. No, not my reputation, but the draft.
Another beer.
Let's do that. Just don't throw the fucking koozie at me.
Oh, no, it's not empty yet. Oh, now I got a spare. All right. Hey,
You got a
Miller
spare in
Lite,
the
sponsor
refrigerator
us.
from last week.
Oh, I have to drink that on the air, don't I?
Well, you don't have to, but you can. I mean, that'd be fun.
I like to be a good Wheel of Misfortune challenge. All right.
Maybe we need to bring that
So-
back.
Would you like my pick for the Cowboys at 58?
Yes. Do I
What
have a choice?
What do you think the Cowboys' need is at 58? What position do you feel the Cowboys? Now, keep in mind, we just redrafted a 38-year-old or 36-year-old tight end who's been in a broadcast booth for a week. So my top choices for
He was in there for a year, sir.
what did I say?
A week.
Well, it seemed like a week
Well,
because he was
I
so
mean,
good.
Next.
Your options for Cowboys' best need at 58 are going to be defensive line, safety, or cornerback.
If anybody gives a shit, what I think they need to do at 58 is they go to the board and they take the best available, irregardless of what position it is. If you don't re-sign Zeke, you take a running back, the best available. Whatever's the best available player.
Zeke's still here for another 2 years?
No, one.
Just
One.
one?
They just took his option. He's got 1 year left.
Did he enroll back at Ohio State to get his master's?
Dude, Ohio State. I could go to Ohio State right now. But they need to take the best available player, the best available athlete at the
Okay.
time. Whatever's available, whatever position.
Okay.
We're set pretty much anywhere. If they want to narrow it down to a specific position, safety.
All right. And see, I think that's the number one need as well. I think they desperately need another tight end,
Well, no,
but there's
We've-
not a tight end we're taking it.
we've got a year. We've got a Hall of Fame tight end right now. We're not going to go back through that shit that we talked about the last time. If we have if they're going to zero in on a position, I believe the position they need to look at is safety. But believe in what you got. I mean, so take the best available. How
All right,
it works
well,
out.
in my opinion, the best available player at 58 is going to be a safety.
And who is it?
That would be Zach Allen.
Zach Allen, not the quarterback from Buffalo.
No. And unfortunately, Zach Allen is not a safety.
No, he's a quarterback.
No,
He's a Buffalo.
defensive lineman from Boston College.
Yes. I agree with
But
that.
I don't think if he's there at 58, that's who you take. But I don't think he's going to be there at 58. That's who I want at 58, is Zach Allen. 6'4", 281.
He will not make it to 58, brother.
You know, you can never have too many defensive linemen. And I know
make
we've
it to 58. We've
got Randy Gregory issues.
Well, we're always going to have Randy Gregory issues until the NFLPA grows a set of fucking nuts and changes shit.
And I feel like they will probably in the next 3 years. I feel like that movement has started. Just ask David Irving. He'll tell you that it started. So if Zach Allen is not there at 58, which I strongly feel he will not be there at 58, with the 58th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft,
The Dallas Cowboys take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
okay, Ribby Pulse. The Dallas Cowboys select Taylor Rapp, safety from Washington.
All day, every day.
That's my guy.
All day, every day.
Um,
If he's there, by God, you take him. Yes.
No, and I think he'll be there. I don't feel like a lot of teams have him rated second round. He's more third round, but we're talking late, very late second round.
We've got a great defensive coach that will he's
Dude, Chris Richard will do wonders with Taylor Rapp.
Richard likes those big, tall, long, lean, long arm guys. So yeah, I think it's right where we want to be.
So yeah, Taylor Rapp, I believe, our pick at number 58. Some other possibilities, and most of these are going to be safeties. Everybody's talking about Juan Thornhill from Virginia. I don't think he's going to be there at 58. I don't think there's a chance he's there at 58.
Was he on their basketball team?
No.
No. Okay.
Jalen Ferguson from Louisiana Tech, defensive end. I'm big on him.
La Tech.
From the La Tech.
I remember them talking about him at the draft 101.
Yes, he was a big topic of conversation at Draft 101. I don't think he would be there at 58.
Just a quick shout out to all the dudes that were at the draft 101. The guys, besides the four genius up front, Kavanaugh and Brugler, KT and Broadus, those guys, just a wealth of knowledge. But the dudes that were sitting in the audience asking questions, I mean,
some smart guys there.
Very smart dudes out there, man. It was cool to sit in the back and be able to watch it all unfold in front of us. It was very cool.
Yeah, I was sitting in the back next to Jesse Hawley, former Cowboys great.
Yes.
Who asked me to take a picture to send to my wife.
I did?
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
There's a story. Yeah, there's a story behind that.
He
said, "Hey, do you want to take a picture and send it to your wife?"
I don't want to hear that story. I don't want to hear the story, but
neither does Jesse.
But I promise you this: I've always imagined Jesse being a whole lot smaller.
He's not a small man,
dude.
sir.
He is a beast.
We love Jesse,
and he's got a lot of hair. He's got a whole lot more hair than I do.
Is that real?
Yes, it's real. His hair's
Lauren,
real.
You've seen his hair.
His hair's
real.
real. His hair's real.
You know, it's going to get back to him talking shit about it.
You know what? Maybe he'll come on here and debate us. But I'm not going to debate him about his hair. But he's bigger than I am.
Hey, I have better hair than him. I will maintain that.
You got better facial hair.
I have a better beard than he does. Well, a better beard than everybody here right now.
I don't know.
Maybe not Billy. Sorry, Billy.
Billy's is straight sexy with that white right in the front. I mean,
it is what it is.
I aspire to be a real man.
I don't want to go on too long about the draft and the potential picks of 58 because, number one, I just don't know that much. And number two, I honestly don't give a rat's ass who they pick at 58.
No, I mean, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun on Friday because we don't have a pick on Tuesday or on Thursday. I'm sorry. So if any of you guys are looking for, if any of you guys are looking for draft parties in the DFW area for the Cowboys, I will let you know that 105.3 The Fan has draft watching parties at pretty much every single Pluckers wing bar in the DFW area. Different personalities will be at different locations.
All over the place.
I'm pretty sure we are going to be in Addison with Ben and Skin. The KNC Masterpiece are going to be in Allen, and I don't have the other. Somebody will be in Grapevine. I think maybe G-Bag. I don't have that in front of me. But if y'all are looking for a fun time and a draft watching party this weekend, man, you guys come out to a Pluckers and hang out with some of the fan guys because they're all amazing. We love them. So that's going to wrap it up. Lance, you got anything else for this episode? Episode number 7.
Nothing important.
Nothing is ever important. Why don't you go ahead and take us out of here?
Hey, just love each other, take care of each other, and remember where your bread's buttered. Love y'all. Thank you.
Wait, whoa. What does that mean?
Remember where your bread's buttered?
You've never said that before.
Try to change shit up every once in a while. Shit.
I should have asked off the air. Sorry. So what does that mean?
Just remember where your bread's buttered. Think about it for a minute.
You talking about Stacy?
I remember where my bread's buttered, don't I, baby?
Never.
Okay, I get it now. Sorry I interrupted.
Y'all, thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Tweet, share, do all that good shit. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Peace.